Welcome to this edition of Week in Review. I'm Marlon Paley along with Hannah Luttrell and Ganem Hannah. We're here to give you an update of what has been going on in the network around the world and here in Loma Linda. Today we're going to focus on one of our favorite topics, and that's volunteers. You see, LOBN is mostly operated by volunteers. Ganem's here to tell us where these people come from.
Well, Marlon, they all come from the local area and surrounding cities. They come in all types and shapes. Young, old, male, female, they all come together for one reason: to serve, to learn, and to experience joy through volunteering. Our whole operation, as you said, has survived for 20-some years based on the fact that people come in and contribute their labor in support to the ministry of LLBN.
Hannah, what do these people do? Do they bring their own skills or receive training?
Well, both. Some of them come skilled. A lot of them we train right here at LLBN. They do have a wide variety of tasks. We have a lot of volunteers who manage the production, run camera, audio. We have volunteers who help with our mailings. We have volunteers who help with our social media. And actually, we have had some volunteers help around here in the physical part of the studio as well.
Well, I mean, the 2 years it took me to put this building together, it was all done through the help of volunteers. Every Sunday, volunteers came in to do all type of tasks. Some brought their own skills, and others just came to help lift, push, paint, and be told what to do. So it takes all kind to build God's kingdom, and it's taken all kind to help build LLBN for God's kingdom. But you know, Marlon, we always need volunteers. The tasks vary, as Hannah said, and we've got people come in and paint walls. Others work on the landscape. Some might work on electrical issues. Some we just simply give them assignments to do certain specific tasks, stuff on envelopes or answering telephones or cleaning the place, wiping off the dust. Southern California is very dusty. And it takes a lot of man hours to come in and wipe off the dust of all the screens we have, all the furniture, and so on, because we don't have housekeeping for that. And many others come in to help with all other type of duties. Again, they come some with their own skills, and others that we have to ask them what to do.
The most important part is that they all come with a willingness to serve.
Yep.
And that's the bottom line of what it takes to be a volunteer at LLBN.
I'm going to ask both of you this because I don't know who has the answer. What's the age range of acceptable volunteers?
14 and above. That's pretty much, the policy being here since day one. And we have had an experience. 14, it's almost the perfect age for young people to want to start learn and start taking responsibility. Younger than that, it's kind of tough. It can be done with the presence of a parent who wants to be volunteering and present with them at the same time. You can be here as old as you can be. We have some volunteers in their 90s. They're in good health, good shape, and you'd be surprised what they've been able to do for us.
Do they have to live in the local area to be a volunteer?
Well, we have a guy who used to ride his bicycle from Riverside, about 25 miles away. He had a car, but he wanted to get his exercise. So he rode his bicycle for an hour and a half to get here, worked for half a day, and then bicycled back. When he needed to drive his car, seems like every time he went to drive his car was broken. He used the bicycle again. And some take the bus to get here. Majority of them actually come from the local here, within the 5-7 mile radius.
And Mike has been with us quite a few years, hasn't he?
Oh, so you knew what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows Mike.
He's a fantastic guy. And there hasn't been a Sabbath where he's needed. He doesn't come in and support. And that's the other thing. Our operation, you have mentioned on many other occasions, is 24/7 with 8 channels. God's work doesn't end in LLBN. People can be doing all kind of things at all times, Marlon.
We said all kind of things. What, from cleaning up to construction?
Well, yes, to manning a camera, to mixing audio, to assisting the director in the timing, to building PowerPoint, answering the phones. But as much as what recently someone here has done, we needed cabinets in our lobby, and we need cabinets in our offices. A gentleman by name Mr. Heinrich, he lives in the local area. He's a craftsman when it comes to carpentry work. He took it up on himself to ask us to buy the material, and he built it for us like you wouldn't believe the quality. Let's show you just right now. This cabinet was needed, and it had to be custom built because of the curvature we have in the lobby wall, and he custom built this cabinet for us, going all the way around from one corner to another. Top-notch work, high-quality material, and excellent craftsmanship. So if we had to do this work and go hire someone to do it, we couldn't do it. And actually, we didn't. For 14, 15 years we've been in this building, we didn't have those cabinets till God sent us Mr. Heinrich, and Mr. Heinrich brought his own skills to make this a reality for us. So these are just small examples, Marlon. There are many, many other examples.
And that's not the first time that Mr. Heinrich has donated his skills.
No, not the first time. He rigged up our offices from wall to wall with excellent cabinet work for storage, and he hung it, he stained it, he built it from scratch. He'd buy flat wood, and then he cut it, he customized it, and he put it together. But that's commitment. That's what it takes to drive LLBN. From the day we started, on the first day of LLBN, it took some kind of a work to build our first studio. Well, it was a room already existed at Sabbath School at University Church, but we had to insulate the walls, we had to paint the walls, we had to run wires, we had to hang lights. It's all done by volunteers. This studio, it's all done and completed by volunteers. Occasionally, we hire contractors for work that we have to have and that we can't wait on, but 80% of the work is done by volunteers.
Here's his testimony, just for you.
What really inspired you or driven you to do this for LLBN?
Well, they have a need. And I enjoy doing carpentry work or cabinets. And I have spent probably 800 to 1,000 hours in just making this one basic cabinet and to follow. And I told Mr. Gannon, I said, this is like putting a square peg in a round hole because of the curvature of the wall. And so I just enjoy contributing in some way to help preach the gospel in all the world. And this helps LLBN, their materials that they have and people that come here, and how we look at this and see the work that can be done to conserve. And I'm happy to donate my time and the materials. I wish I could donate them, but it gets a little expensive, but I enjoy it as part of the Lord's work.
Why should other people volunteer? Give them an encouragement. You as a volunteer.
If they should volunteer, because it means so much to spreading the gospel. And now, you can't do it for a living because you need to eat and you need shelter and clothing and food and to make a living. But if you can donate this time that you're retired and enjoy it, what a great way to live for the Lord.
Well, you can see that this is a very talented man. Not only is he an excellent carpenter, but he is a pastor as well. And it kind of reminds me of another carpenter that we know and serve. Thank you, Mr. Heinrich, for your service and your volunteerism to the Loma Linda Broadcasting Network. Now we have other volunteers. Anna's here to tell us about them.
Well, Marlon, our viewers can get to meet our volunteers through our Instagram account. Ghana has an Instagram account. If you follow it, it's LLBNCEO. And also, if you go to our website at llbn.tv, if you scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll get to meet lots of our volunteer team. The people behind the cameras, the people in front of the cameras, the different kinds of people it takes to serve at LLBN. So if you have a chance, stop by, click on any of those videos and get a flavor of the family of LLBN.
Well, thank you. And that website is good for all kinds of stuff, including viewing all of our, was it like 96 channels that we are up to now?
Well, Marlon, I'll encourage our viewers to go to our website to check out our video library if you haven't had the chance to do that yet. It's a service that LLBN is pleased to be able to bring to our viewers as a complimentary service where you don't really have to wait for the video to appear on the schedule or wait if you missed it to see when it will repeat. But you can watch many of our videos on demand anytime you want, Just go to our website, llbn.tv. Go to our programs tab, and there you'll find a number of pages like Christian Connections, our GPS series, our Searching for Answers series, our Excavating the Bible series, and a number of other series. If you click on any of those program titles, you'll get to scroll through our library and see the different videos we have available for you to watch anytime you want.
Check it out. You're going to love it. All for you from your friends here at the Homelander Broadcasting Network. Now, let's talk about construction. I know you've heard a lot of talk about a new building, and we're going to do that. But we also have an interim plan that is quite exciting, and it's going to be kind of like an outdoor celebration center. Ganem has more on that story.
Well, Marlon will give the brief story to our viewers. So, as Marlon said, we are planning to build a building, but since we have decided not to build, but rather to purchase, building a new building takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. So we're continuing the fundraising to build a project, to buy a building nearby. However, the property next door to us, we have decided to clean it up, remodel it, resurface it, put an outdoor pavilion with nice covering. Here in Southern California, we have an excellent weather. Build a stage in it, set it up with cameras and audio, so we can use it as a celebration center to invite all type of speakers, spiritual, health, and family issues could be presented right from that area that can seat about 500 to 700 people. What a blessing that would be to LLBN. So we are raising funds for that project, and we want to start this project within 60 days. We're going to borrow money at zero interest to get this project done. It's going to cost about $350,000. It's a project that we want to keep here for the next 20 years. And again, if the Lord has blessed you and you feel like you can contribute toward this project, please help us. So there's a building project, not to confuse you, that we're raising $3 million for that project. But we also like to build this pavilion that we have all the means necessary and all the people to do it. And we want to get that done pretty quick so folks can enjoy this area, and LLBN can be blessed by not only hosting live events, but also we can televise it to our viewers around the world. So this is one of the greatest things. I wish we thought about it before, but we're constantly maturing in our thinking and re-strategizing on what's best for LLBN.
So for those of you in the local area, if you just want to drop by the studio, you can see that area. It's going to be the opposite side of the building from the parking lot. If you don't have access to drive by, then you can go to Google Maps and just put in our address and you can see it clearly. There's a bunch of trailers there and a tree right now. All of that will be gone, and just imagine how this would be used to glorify God's name. And you can be a part of that. We need your support, as always.
Well, and actually, that's going to be a perfect witnessing place, because we're going to invite the public for free to come in and sit in on a lot of programs. It's designed to invite the public from all surrounding cities. So it's a great opportunity to witness, minister, and nurture souls from that spot.
Got about 30 seconds for a letter. Do you have one?
Oh, yes, I do. And I really want to thank our viewers for sending in your letters. It's such an encouragement to all of us here at LLBN. This one here comes from Zarita from Barron Springs, Michigan. And Zarita writes, "Dear LLBN staff, thank you for the inspirational services you broadcast. We especially enjoy the music broadcasts and the church services." She has a couple other questions here. Do you have a printed schedule of the weekly broadcast offerings? I would love to have that. Please apply the enclosed offering as needed.
You can also find that on the website at llbn.tv. That's all the time we have left for this edition of Week in Review. See you next time.